This show is brought to you by Aces Bail Bond, Miranda and Sons Automotive, Bridgeport Auto Glass, Ramirez Spanish Restaurant, Tito's Barbershop, and Luz de Paz Funeral Home.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Super Elite Entertainment. It's your boy Jason Rodriguez. As always, I'm here in the studio for another exclusive interview with a really good friend of mine. But before I introduce our special guest tonight, first, I just want to kindly ask each and every one of you that are watching via live right now on Facebook to please hit that share button and share this interview on your timeline. Also, like this video, this interview, and I'm also going to ask you to ask us some comments. Tonight's guest is a really good friend of mine named Imam Nasif Mohammed. He is the Imam of Al-Aziz Masjid located in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. He is also the chaplain for the Department of Corrections here in the state of Connecticut at Bridgeport Correctional Center. And he's a personal good friend of mine, Mr. Nasif Mohammed. How you doing, Nasif?
How you doing?
Good, man.
Yes.
Nasif, what an honor, man, to be able to have you here in the studio for an exclusive interview. I'm honored, man.
Okay.
And I just want to thank you for coming down.
And I thank you for inviting me. And I'm honored also.
Well, Nasif, listen, first of all, I just want to jump right into it and talk about a big event you have coming up in the next couple of weeks. You have what's being labeled or called as the Humanitarian Award Banquet or Dinner, where a category of women that have been chosen or picked or selected are going to be honored for their contribution and for their positive behavior, if I should say, in the community.
Yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit about the event you have coming on
Yes.
Saturday, March 9th at the Holiday Inn in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut?
Yes. We are having our 39th annual awards dinner. It's called the Ichlal Muhammad Humanitarian Awards Dinner. And we award women in the community who are doing positive things. And over the years, we have awarded about a little over 400 women. And we award women that are Muslim, Christian, Jews, atheists, any woman that is doing good things in the community has a chance to be awarded by us.
So, what's the selection process in order for you to pick the women that were selected? Because I know you're just not picking anybody.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that every individual that was picked had to be carefully picked, carefully chosen.
Yeah.
What was the process like to pick the woman that you picked?
They are all doing positive things in the community. That's the first thing. They're doing positive things in the community. We, at one time, used to do everything internal. You know, the members of our masjid, our Islamic center, used to nominate people. But over the years, what we are beginning to do is reach out to the outer community. And some of the women who were awarded years before are now nominating other women to be awarded. So we use that process. And then we make a decision after that on the ones that we are going to use. And most times, we can't use them all. Yeah.
So exactly what's going to take place Saturday at the Holiday Inn, March 9th?
Okay.
I know it's a dinner, it's a banquet.
It's a banquet.
I heard a rumor that you're expecting at least probably 250 up to 400 people to attend.
Well, we usually somewhere between 250 and 300 people attend in the recent years. You know, when we first started out, matter of fact, when we first started out, the first year we got 250 people. And we did it at Raffaello Taylor Center on Stratford Avenue at that time, you know. But over the years, we moved to different places. We have done it in a few of the churches, like Mount Airy Church, Messiah Church. We had used those in the early years. And then we went from there, we went to the hotel, and we began to use the hotel. And as we begin to use the hotel, we also begin to grow in terms of the numbers. We begin to grow, and we have reached as high as 310 people. A few years ago, we had Malcolm X's daughter,
Wow.
Ilyasa Shabazz, and she came, and she came 2 years in a row, and we had quite a turnout.
Now, I want to make it clear that you have lined up for Saturday night. The guest speakers are Aresta Johnson, who is the superintendent of the Bridgeport Public School System.
Right, yes.
Also, you have the editor of the Muslim Journal,
Right.
Which is Ayeska.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Yeah.
Mustafa.
Aisha. Yeah.
What can the individuals who attend your event expect out of these two chosen guest speakers?
Well, we expect them to talk about the importance of women, because that's what the dinner is really all about. It's about the importance of women. We don't award men, you know. We just award women in the community, and so they'll talk about the role of women, the importance of women in society, the importance of women in history, and both of them will have something to say. We don't limit them in terms of what they can actually say. We open it up so that they can say what they understand and what they feel.
So, for some reason I want to say candidates, but it's not candidates. The people that were, the females, the women that were picked,
That was picked.
the awardees.
Yeah.
They come from all walks of life.
All walks of life.
You have some that, professionals.
Yeah. Professional people.
What else? Do you have any ex-offenders on that?
Over the years, not this year.
Okay.
We don't this year. But over the years, we have had we have had women that I remember one lady years ago. She had foster care, provided foster care for like 15 children, and she was an awardee. But also we have professional people, the ones you see. We have politicians we have awarded over the years, and so it's a wide variety of women, but they all got one thing in common, and that is that they're concerned about community life, and they work hard in the community.
You know, I think it's an amazing thing that Al-Aziz Islamic Center is doing on an annual basis, acknowledging women for their hard work and dedication. Because, you know, sometimes this could be a man's world.
Yeah.
And sometimes women aren't acknowledged up to the point where they're recognized as you're recognizing them this Saturday night. So, I just want to take my hat off to you and to your whole entire masjid for all the work that you're doing. Because I know it's taking a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of finances, a lot of everything in order to put this great event on. So, tell me more about if someone wants to attend the event, how can they get some tickets?
They could very simply call 203-727-6781. And if they call that number, we'll make sure that they get tickets. They can email me, ctnasif45@gmail.com. And we'll make sure that they get tickets. Also, they can contact the awardees if they know them.
Okay.
And buy tickets from the awardees. They also have tickets.
And ticket prices are?
Ticket price is $60 per person.
Now, I know somebody might hear the $60 price and they might think that's a little expensive. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
And all the money is going towards a good, towards a good cause.
Yeah.
So, I just want to encourage each and every one of you that are watching. I mean, come out Saturday night to the Holiday Inn in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Al-Aziz Islamic Center is putting on a great special event. And it's hosted and basically overseen by my brother, Nasif Muhammad. This is done annually, every single year. And women are being acknowledged, man, for their hard work and dedication, for all the efforts. Listen, if it wasn't for females, if it wasn't for women, we wouldn't even be here.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here. Yeah, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here. So, it's all about giving back. It's all about making a contribution. And I encourage each and every one of you that are watching, come out Saturday night, this Saturday, and show your support for what's going on.
And this dinner, when we started this dinner, I just want to mention this. because it wasn't an original idea.
Uh-huh.
I went to Poughkeepsie, New York, and this years ago, in about 80, 81, and they were having an awards program
Uh-huh.
for women, in the community. They had about 35, 40 people in the room, and when I saw it, I thought this would be a good idea to take back to Bridgeport. And we brought it back to Bridgeport, and then we began to put it into practice, and it has grown. We had planned to do it for maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but as it began to grow, we continued to do it, and we're still doing it. 39 years we have been doing it.
So 39 years in the making, 39 years of showing your support to the women of our community.
Right.
That's outstanding.
Right.
That's outstanding.
And getting support from other people in the community, because if we put on a dinner and nobody came, but people come and we get great support. Usually the mayor comes in the city of Bridgeport. All the mayors that we have had, I think, in the last 3 or 4 mayors, they came and they shared, in the dinner. And other people, other politicians in the community, and other people that are doing things in the community also, they come and they support the dinner.
That's
so
excellent.
we appreciate all the support.
That's excellent. And also, I want to announce live here on the show that this Saturday night, your event, which will be taking place at the Holiday Inn, will be broadcasted live by your own Super Elite Entertainment. We'll be in the house Saturday night broadcasting your event from start to finish. So make sure you tune in. If you can't make it, tune in onto my Facebook page or tune in to the Super Elite Entertainment Facebook page, and you'll be able to be there with us, even though you're not there. So it'll be broadcasted live and free. All right.
Yeah.
So
and we thank you for coming and doing the broadcast for us.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate that very much.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, listen, Nasif, I've been knowing you for a long time.
Long time.
Way over 20 years.
Yeah.
And so, when you met me, I was a little young buck.
Yeah, I was too.
When you met me, man, honestly, over 20 years ago, I was an individual that, during that time when you first met me, I was lost.
Okay.
I had no purpose. I had no vision. I had no dream. I had no motivation. I had nothing going on in my life. Over 20 years ago when you first met me. And the reason why I say that is because the first time we met, do you remember when we first met?
I can't say exactly the first time we met, but I know it's been over a long time, and I got a pretty good idea.
The first time we met was at the Co-op Center.
Okay.
That's when you were working for the Council of Churches and for the Council of Churches at the Co-op Center. And I was a young boy. Well, now I'm not going to say young boy, but I was a young buck.
Okay.
Out of control, had no focus, had no dreams, no destiny, no anything going on in my life. And I remember that one day, I woke up and decided I needed to make some changes. And I went to the Co-op Center. And I met you, I met Judy, I met Jesus. And you guys provided me with opportunity to advance myself. You gave me some vouchers so I can get some clothes, so I can, go to like the Goodwill, so I can get a suit, a hand-me-down suit. And that suit did look big on me, man, but I still made it look good. But you guys gave me what I needed to find myself and to advance myself. So, I just wanted to thank you for that, man, because you've been around for a long time, man. Since 1972, you've been committed and dedicated to your faith, which is with the Nation of Islam.
Well, I started out in the Nation of Islam. Today I followed the Sunni path. The universal path. Since 1975, I followed the universal path. From 72 to 75, I was in the Nation of Islam. And I appreciate all that was done for me in the Nation of Islam. Because I grew up, I don't want to say publicly that I was doing a whole lot of bad things, but I grew up in the projects, in the South Bronx, and so I did some of the things that people did at that time. But I found myself in the Nation of Islam, and then in 1975, Imam W.D. Muhammad, the son of Elijah Muhammad, became the leader of the Nation of Islam and brought the whole organization over to the Sunni path or the universal path of Islam. So today I'm not with the Nation of Islam, I'm with the universal path or the Sunni path of Islam.
Excellent. I appreciate you breaking that down and giving me that understanding and that interpretation, because I don't follow, the Muslim religion, but I respect it. I respect it, I honor it, and a lot of friends of mine follow it. And you guys are, you're doing an amazing thing amazing works in the community, which is very, very honorable. And I see your dedication. I see your
Okay,
dedication.
okay.
You've been at it for a really long time.
long time.
So I definitely see the
Yeah.
dedication.
And I also I got good people with me
Uh-huh.
that's been around for a long time.
Lau Jones
Lau Jones.
and a couple other.
Yeah, a couple other people.
Uh-huh.
Brother Samad, who's here with us.
That's
you
right.
know?
Samad sitting in the audience.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time he was doing work in Bridgeport before I came to. I came to Bridgeport in '75.
Wow.
And he was doing work in Bridgeport when I came to Bridgeport. And others too in the community. We got Saeed, we got Brother Eunice.
That's
Yunus
right. We got
Muhammad.
Brother
Yeah.
Saeed, Captain
Yeah.
Saeed.
Yeah, but also Saeed Muhammad, another Saeed.
Oh, I'm
He's-
sorry.
Yeah, he's in the community. And Saeed, the Captain Saeed,
Uh-huh.
he's a very good brother. He supports us. He comes to the dinner and brings his family
Excellent, man.
to the dinner. So we appreciate him.
So, my next question for you is, since we're on the subject of your faith in Islam, can you explain to us exactly what is Islam?
Islam is really not a complicated concept. Islam is the belief in one God, prayer, charity, fasting, and the pilgrimage to Mecca. That's the basis of the religion. A lot of times, as Muslims, we make it complicated because we want people to see that we are doing something hard that, But at the same time, Prophet Muhammad, prayers and peace be upon him, said that Islam was 5 pillars, the 5 basic pillars.
Who is Allah?
Allah is the creator. Allah is God. There's 99 attributes that describe Allah. Allah is merciful. Allah is all wise. Allah is all knowing. Allah is all seeing. But Allah is not a human being, not a person or a human being.
So, you hear the name Muhammad a lot. Can you tell us exactly who Muhammad is to you?
Okay, Muhammad was the Prophet Muhammad, who was in Arabia about 1400 years ago. The Holy Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad brought it to his society and eventually to the whole. It spread throughout the world. So you have Muslims all over the world, and this is who Muhammad was to me. Muhammad is actually the most used name on the planet. There's no name that is used more than the name Muhammad on the whole planet. And Muhammad is used by actually Muslims and non-Muslims. You got many non-Muslims now, in this, especially in America, with Muslim names. You know.
So, Jesus and Muhammad, would you say that
Muhammad was a prophet, and we accept also Jesus as a prophet. The Quran mentions, I think it's 26 prophets in the Quran, and they are all the same ones that you will find in the Bible. They're the same prophets you will find in the Bible. And then many that study the Bible may not recognize Prophet Muhammad, but Prophet Muhammad, we believe, is the seal of the prophet. He's the last prophet and the seal of the prophet. We don't put him above the other prophets, right? Allah says in the Quran, do not make a distinction between my prophets. In other words, we are not to say one is better than the other.
Absolutely.
But we say that Muhammad is the seal of the prophets. Muhammad is the one that brought the Quran, and he's the seal of the prophets. He seals the prophethood.
How important is it for different types of religions, for example, Islam, Christianity, Buddhists, all to come together and to work for one cause? Okay. How important is that?
We have been doing interfaith work in the Bridgeport community and throughout the country. But in the Bridgeport community, we have been doing interfaith work. We have been encouraging the Christians and Jews and Muslims and others to come together and to try to work together because, none of us are exclusive to the point that we are the only ones that are right and everybody else is wrong. We don't take that position. We just believe that as a Muslim, my direction, my guidance come from what is in the Quran. But we also respect the Torah, we respect the gospel, we respect the Psalms, and we, of course, respect the Quran.
Absolutely.
So we encourage people to come together. My first introduction to interfaith work was by Imam W.D. Muhammad. Imam W.D. Muhammad, as I mentioned earlier, began to teach in 1975 after his father had passed away. And he encouraged us to get involved in interfaith work. You know, he encouraged us to see ourselves as Americans and be a part of the society. You know, voting and doing everything else in the society that other people do. He said that there's no conflict between being a Muslim and being an American. So it's not a conflict. For me, it's easy, you know? Yeah.
So, you know, we look at the news and we see all the negativity that the Islamic faith gets. For example, with, you know, the radicalists, the people who do things that they shouldn't be doing overseas. Would you say they follow a different sect or a different type of Islamic faith?
I would say they have a different understanding. They have a different understanding of the Quran, you know, and the life of Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad said, and just a couple of things, right?
Yeah.
Prophet Muhammad said, he talked to us and left for us the idea and the concept of being concerned about your neighbor. You know, and he told us that if your neighbor goes to bed hungry and you are full, then you're not a Muslim. Things like that, you know, that if you are in a war and you're in a battle, right, you do not harm the woman the old woman in the field or the old man in the field. You do not harm the farmer in the field. You know, a war is between soldiers and not between children and you know, and others. So he encouraged that. But most of all, he said that he came to teach good manners and good conduct. And that's the Muslim life. So our greetings is the greetings of peace, assalamu alaikum, which means peace be unto you. Actually means may God's peace be unto you. And so, you know, this is where we are coming from. So we find that there are people that do not understand it.
Yes.
The same way that I may understand it or others may understand it. So I say that they may have a wrong understanding. But that's the same thing with all the religions. You got Christians that don't understand it like other Christians, Jews that don't understand it like other Jews. So you know, and other people. So this is one of the things. And I always say this, and sometimes people don't like it, but I say it anyway, right? There are sane Muslims and insane Muslims. There are sane Jews and insane Jews. There are sane Christians and insane Christians. So we are just human beings like everybody else.
Absolutely.
That's the thing we got to understand. And we want the same thing that everybody else wants. We want our children to grow up, get a good education, marry a good man or marry a good woman, you know, and live a good life. You know, we want the same. Muslims want the same.
Absolutely. And with that said, we're going to take a break. We're going to come right back momentarily. We got to pay the bills. We got to pay the bills, Nasif. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned as we continue on with the exclusive interview with my brother and my friend, Mr. Nasif Muhammad. We'll be right back momentarily.
You need auto glass repair? Call Bridgeport Auto Glass. Let us be there to give your car some care at a price that's always fair. Our certified technicians have more than 25 years of experience. We repair or replace all types of auto glass, including windshields, window regulators, sunroofs, mirrors, and more. We offer same-day fast and reliable service and can even come to you. Don't let a damaged windshield keep you off the road. Visit us online at bridgeportautoglassct.com. Call today.
Not all bail bond agencies are created equal. In fact, this business has been known to attract some rather shady characters. Some don't even have an office and work out of the trunk of their car. Aces Bail Bonds is a state-licensed agency with an actual brick-and-mortar office. We are widely recognized as one of Connecticut's premier bail agencies. For fast, reliable bail bond service, call Aces Bail Bonds now.
All right, and welcome back to Super League Entertainment with your boy Jason Rodriguez. I'm here in the studio with a really good friend of mine. It's my brother, my boy, my partner, Mr. Nasif Muhammad. All right, Nasif, so we're back from our commercial break. And, you know, a couple of things that we were talking about, your faith, your religion, exactly what it is that Islam is. You know, a lot of people have the misunderstanding of what Islam is, and some people have the perception of, you know, Islam is evil or violent because based on someone else's character or someone else's actions. But you have given us an amazing breakdown of what Islam is. I think it's a beautiful religion. And you know, you guys are doing an amazing thing in our community, especially in the city of Bridgeport. You've been the Imam of Al Aziz Islamic Center in the city of Bridgeport for nearly what, 25, 30 years?
Well, since 1980. I started.
1980?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been there about 35 years then.
A long time. A long time. Yeah. A long
So
time.
exactly where is the Islamic Center located?
We were located on the corner of Fairfield and Park, and we did our Jumu'ah prayer service, our main service, the Jumu'ah prayer service there. At this time, starting last week, we are holding the prayer service at the Holiday Inn. We're going to be holding it there until we find a building that we want to purchase or even want to lease or rent.
So you work as a chaplain in the Department of Corrections.
Yes.
You're a man that wears a lot of hats.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed, but I call you like you're like a Duracell battery, man, because you know you go hard, and you've been going for a long time.
Yeah.
And you've been dedicating your whole entire life to the betterment of humanity, to the betterment of people. And there's a lot of people in the community who I personally know who are changed. They're a changed individual living a productive life in the community because, and it's not that I'm trying to give you any glory, but it's because they came into contact with you. They came into contact with your faith, your religion. Knowing that, how does that make you feel?
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear it. But I also understand that it's really not us. It's as we say, Allah, a God, you know, that blesses us to be able to do the work that we do. You know, I started I started working in the Bridgeport Correctional Center, 1977. I volunteered.
Started as a volunteer.
As a volunteer, I volunteered from 77 to 93 as a volunteer. So I've been doing this a long time.
A long time.
I've been doing it a long time.
How old are you, man?
I'm 74 years old.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Just made 74 in January.
Walking around here like you 30.
I made 74 in January. Once again, it's a blessing. You know, these are the blessings. You know, and I believe it's the blessings you get for doing what you're supposed to be doing anyway. You're supposed to be helping people anyway.
Absolutely.
Right? You're supposed to be helping people. Somebody helped all of us.
That's right.
Right? None of us are independent.
Listen, I don't know if you know this song, but I heard the song one time where it says, somebody pray for me, had me on their mind, took the time to pray for me.
Yeah.
Listen, if it wasn't for somebody's prayer,
Yeah.
whew,
Yeah.
don't know where we'll be right now.
So just as you say, I help people. Somebody helped me. You know, at one time, people helped me. One time, they thought that I wasn't, you know, was going to do anything worthwhile or do anything good, but you know, praise be to God, praise be to Allah. You know,
Absolutely,
I'm doing something.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, working in the correctional facility as a chaplain, you come into contact with a lot of people that are in need. A lot of brothers that are down and out. Some of them ain't never getting out of jail. You know, some of them are just days away from getting released. How is it that you communicate with them? I mean, what is it that you would say to these guys in order for them to continue pressing on toward the mark that's ahead of them? Like, what kind of hope do you give them?
Well, I like to think, I would like to think that everything that we say to them is something positive and something that encourages them to go forward and to try to make a change. You know, because you know, once we're going in the wrong direction, then in order for us to be successful, we got to turn around and go in the right direction. So we try to encourage people to go in the right direction, but not only just say go in the right direction, but try to be some type of example where people can look at you and say, you know, he's doing something. Let me try to do some of the things that he's doing and maybe even do it better than what I'm doing. You know. Yeah. But at the same time, we got to be examples. And a lot of the people I come in contact with, when my children were small, I got 5 children, you know, and
Wow.
14 grandchildren. So, but at one time, many of these young men that I deal with used to come to my house as children, as little children, you know. So some of them I've been knowing for a long time. And then, like you mentioned, the co-op center, I worked at the Co-op Center from 1989 till maybe 3 years ago. And so I came in contact with a lot of people like you. I came in contact with you, I came in contact with others. And I always saw Co-op as an opportunity to help somebody else, because Co-op was a great program.
Yes.
And it did a lot for a lot of people.
So you've been at this for many years. And you remind me of my grandmother, who you know, Alalada Coriano. She was a volunteer for the Department of Corrections for over 45, almost 50 years of her life. And my question is, do you ever get tired? Like, do you ever step back and say to yourself, man, I don't know how much I have left in me? Or why should I even continue on? Why should I bother? When yet you see the same people that you witness to, that you speak to, that you counsel, that you instruct, constantly repeating the same behavior all over again. Do you ever get tired of that?
Well, I get tired of I get tired of a lot of people and a lot of things. but at the same time, the only thing, as I was mentioning a few minutes ago, we can say things to people, we can be examples for people, but we can't turn nobody around. Only God can really turn people around and change their lives, you know? So if we're going to do the work, we got to get into work and stay in it.
That's
you
right.
know, we got to stay in it. I was blessed growing up. I was blessed to have a great grandmother. She was a great person, you know? And she gave me a foundation. She gave me a foundation that was so important. My mother gave me a foundation also that was very important. And then after I grew up, my father gave me a good foundation. So many other people that I came in contact with through the years, you know, we would go to the community center. The people at the community center gave us, you know, encouragement and tried to talk us into doing things. Many times we didn't listen at the time, but eventually, you know, we came back to some of the good things that these people had instilled in us.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I try to do is just be an example for some other people and share with other people what people have shared with me. And I met some very good people in my life. When I say good people, I'm not talking about famous people and so-called important people, but people that do good things and set good examples.
Now, Steve, how important is for a person to have a religious, firm foundation in their life in order to make it day to day? How important is it for you to have faith in someone greater than yourself?
I think faith is the maybe the most important thing. It's a very important thing, and faith lifts you up when you know, when everything else seemed to fall down,
That's
everything
right.
seemed to fail, and your faith, whatever the faith is, I'm not saying it has to be Islam, but whatever the faith is to lift you up when you do feel like giving up. You know, is to encourage you to go forth and go forward. And if you don't have anything to fall back on, then you're in trouble, because life can hit you pretty hard sometimes, you know. But you got to have something bigger than you.
That's right.
You got to be something bigger than you. You have to believe in something greater and bigger than you, and that's the thing that I try to over the last since 1972. That's the thing that I have tried to. That's the way I've tried to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if I am living that way, if I call myself a Muslim, following the tradition of the religion, and let's say I fall short, I fall by the wayside, I make mistakes, does that ruin my relationship with Allah?
No, it doesn't. There's a saying, and the saying says that Allah said, right, that if the human being made no mistakes, that he would wipe the earth clean and start over again. Right? He just started over again. So the human being is going to make mistakes. The human being is human, and that's part of being human. Being a perfect human being means that we fall sometimes. We make mistakes. It doesn't mean that we live this life and never make a mistake.
That's right.
But as a human being, you're going to make mistakes. But the thing is, after you make the mistake, do something to make it right. You know, do something good for somebody. You make a mistake, you mistreat somebody, do something good for somebody else and some other people to try to make up for the mistakes that we have made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, and the reason why I bring that subject up is because you know, in the environment that you work in, the Department of Corrections, there's a lot of men who come through that system who turn their life over to the faith of Islam, and they practice. You know, some are even imams in the facility. I mean, but then when they get released, there's some that fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
And you know, they'll throw the Quran to the side.
Yeah.
And then you're scratching your head wondering like, well, what happened? Now, I'm just trying to understand an individual like that. How do you make it, man? Once you get released, back into the community, back into that environment, back into the same hood, the same neighborhood, the same family. Because not everybody's family is you know, some people have negative influences in their family. So my question is, how do you make it, man? Once you get released back into community, what do I have to do? What are the steps I have to take? How do I make it? How do I survive in this thing?
Well, I believe the first thing is that if a person come into the system, if they don't have a faith and they come into the system and they become a Jew, or they become a Christian, or they become a Muslim, you know, whichever one they choose, they have to stick with it. And then once they leave the Department of Correction, once they leave it, they got to go out and then put the faith into practice, because that's really when you need it. Once you leave the walls and go back in the street, that's when you really need to put it into practice.
So that's a good point, because basically when you're in confinement, when you're surrounded by four walls, you would say it's easier to practice?
Well, I believe it is. The trial and the test comes once you leave and you go back out in the street and your friends start calling you and they looking at you strange now because you no longer do what they are still doing and may continue to do. They're looking at you strange and talking about you and that type of thing. And but that's the time you really need to put the faith into practice. You really need to put it into practice.
So let's get back to talking about your event that you have coming up March 9th. Because I want to keep pushing that out there, because it's an amazing event, and maybe somebody's just tuning in right now and they didn't hear the first part of the interview. March 9th, Saturday, at the Holiday Inn. You have an amazing event honoring women from the community. It's being called the Humanitarian Award Dinner.
Awards Dinner.
Yeah, for women who just been given of themselves into the community, you know, donating their time, giving of their character, of their faith, etc. Can you just explain to the ones that are tuning in right now, the event that you have coming up?
Well, 39 years of awarding women who are positive examples in the community, and that's what we are doing, and that's what we try to do. And we try to pick people that are positive examples in the community, and some are, through different ways. Some may be in education, they may be in politics, they may be doing other positive things, but they are doing positive things in the community. And we hope that other people will be able to look at them and decide that they're going to do positive things in the community. And that's the idea. So every year for 39 years, we've been awarding women. We have awarded way over 400, I think, at this time. 400 women in the community. And once again, we award women of different races, different nationalities, different cultures. We have awarded a little bit of everybody, you know. And the religion doesn't hold you back, you know. We're not. Matter of fact, we have 9 women that we are awarding this year.
You know what?
Only one is a Muslim. Out of the
really?
9. Yeah. So most of the people that we're awarding are non-Muslims. And a large percentage of the people that will come to the dinner will be non-Muslims.
And you know what? What I want to do is I want to take a moment to read off the names of the awardees that are going to be participating this Saturday night at the Holiday Inn. So being awarded is Carol Ann Brown, Joanne Butler, Virginia Logan, Darlene Shamsi Dean. I'm going to assume she's the Muslim.
She's the Muslim.
Diana Washington, Kimberly Washington, Kyosha Williams, Scotty Williams, and Carolyn Wright. That's pretty amazing, man. I mean, that's an amazing thing that you have going on this Saturday night. And also you have the guest speaker as the superintendent of the Bridgeport Public School System, Aresta Johnson. That's going to be an amazing time,
Yeah,
man. I'm
yeah.
looking forward to being there Saturday night.
Yeah, and we also have Aisha Mustafa, and you didn't mention it, but we have a young man, our entertainment, Saladin Hassan
That's
Jr.
right, Saladin. Now, is he related to Lau Hassan by any chance?
No, he's related to I don't know if you know Saladin Hassan.
No.
His father, you might know him, but he's our entertainment for the night. So we have a little bit of fun too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of relax and have a little bit of fun.
That's great, man. I mean, again, for you guys that are watching, Saturday night, March 9th at the Holiday Inn, Al Aziz Islamic Center from the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut is putting on a spectacular event honoring women for their dedication and for their contribution into the community. It starts at 5 p.m. at the Holiday Inn. Tickets are $60, and that's not a lot of money, all right? Especially when it's going towards a good cause. So I'm just going to encourage each and every one of you that are watching to come out Saturday night, 5 o'clock, Holiday Inn, for an amazing banquet, for an amazing celebration, for an amazing award dinner that's taking place and is being put on by Al Aziz and my brother here, Imam, Nasif Mohammed. So Nasif, you have a lot of fans, even though you don't know that. You do have a lot of fans out in the community.
Okay.
So if there was someone that was watching you right now, live, what would you say to them as a word of advice and as a word of encouragement? What would you say to that person right now?
Be the best human being that you can be. I won't even say be the best Christian, be the best Muslim, be the best Jew. I won't say that. I'll say be the best human being that you can be. Because I believe that the most important thing that we can be as human beings are human beings. And we have the other labels that we put on. We put on the Muslim label, the Christian label, or whatever label that we have. But the most important thing is to be a good human being.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I have to congratulate you, man, on all your accomplishments, Nasif. You're a man of great faith, of great character, and a man of great stamina. And to be an individual at your age, 74, looking like you 32. I mean, you still going strong. You don't give up, man, and that's so honorable.
Yeah.
And I know that God, Allah, has a big reward waiting for you after this life is over, man.
Yeah, and I just got a reward in this life too. I'd like to mention. I just got married November the 3rd.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot that. I forgot that.
So that was a great reward for me also.
That's all. So you just got married.
Yeah.
And so hold on. So you was wait a minute. So you were single for a minute.
For a minute, yeah.
Yeah. How long you were single for?
About 10 years.
About 10 years.
Yeah. My wife had passed away in 2008, and we had been married going back to 1974.
Wow.
And so I stayed single for a while, waiting to find someone that I thought complemented me and my life. You know what I wanted to do with my life. You know, and I think I found someone, and we got married. So
wow.
Yeah.
So single for 10 years.
Single for 10 years.
So let's see, you were 64 when you were single. 70. No, you got married when?
November 3rd.
Oh, so you're a newlywed.
Yeah, I'm a newlywed. Yeah. I'm a newlywed. Yeah.
So now that you're married, now that you found your life's partner,
Yeah.
do you feel that life is complete? Do you feel that life is even more better?
Yeah, it's better. Yes, it's better. I'll say yes. Yeah, it's better. It's better, and I'm enjoying being married again. You know, I didn't plan to run out and just get married just to be married.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I took some time, and then waiting to find someone that I thought that could, complement my lifestyle, and I could complement their lifestyle also.
You know, and it's good that you say that, because a lot of people, even myself, 10 years single is a long time.
Yeah.
But you waited. You stuck it out, and you waited for the right opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that was hard.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was not easy at all to handle.
Yeah.
But you stuck it out.
Yeah.
You weathered the storm.
Yeah.
And now you're you're enjoying the fruits of your patience.
right. That's
so,
right.
how important is it?
Remember that old saying? Said a race is not to the swift or the strong, but he who endures to the end.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
That's right. So, well, it's still not the end, but
It's
you
not the end.
have endured.
Right.
You have endured, Nasif, man. So, again, Mr. Nasif Mohammed, Imam from Al Aziz Islamic Center in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, is here in the Super Elite studio, man. And we're just kicking back, having a good time. We're talking about the event they have coming up March 9th at the Holly Inn in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Again, man, get out there, participate, show your support for the women that are being honored.
Being honored, yeah.
And, Nasif, it's been a great privilege and a great opportunity to be able to have you here in the studio with me tonight, man. And, this is, I think, the 8th or the 9th show so far since we debuted it. And so far it's going good.
Yeah.
And I truly appreciate you willing to come up here and to be a part of the show.
No, I appreciate you inviting me, to come up and be a part of your show.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. The most important thing is not me. It's really your show. And you invited me, and I really appreciate that.
Excellent, man. And also, I just want to mention again that this Saturday night, for the award banquet, we will be broadcasting that live right here on the Super Elite Entertainment website, on the Super Elite Entertainment Facebook page. So tune in this Saturday night, starting at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
At 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
We're not going to broadcast the dinner part because
the program.
Nobody wants to see anybody eating food.
Right.
All right. But when the keynote speaker goes up and when the awardees go up to give their speech and accept their awards, we will be broadcasting that live. So I encourage you to tune in this Saturday night. Before we close the interview, Nasif.
We should tell them the number to call. 203
Okay.
727 6781 in order to get a ticket. And they should get the ticket right away because the time is running out, and they should not want to be the only people in Bridgeport that's not at the dinner.
Repeat that number one more time.
203-727-6781.
Excellent. Again, you guys make sure you come out. It's going to be a good time. Now, before we go and conclude with the interview, Nasif, is there anything that you want to say to all the individuals that are watching live right now via Facebook? There's a lot of, there's people watching now.
A lot of people watching.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, basically the same thing that we've been talking about all the time, and that is the importance of, try to live a good life. Try to share your good life with somebody else. Don't just live a good life and keep it to yourself. Try to share it with somebody else and help somebody else. That's the most important thing.
Excellent, man. Yeah. Excellent, Nasif. Well, listen, right now at this time, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take another commercial break because we do got to pay some bills.
Okay.
All right. But for you guys that are watching right now live via Facebook, I encourage you to stay tuned. We'll be right back momentarily as we continue on with the exclusive interview with my buddy, my friend, Mr. Imam Nasif Mohammed. We'll be back shortly.
You need auto glass repair. Call Bridgeport Auto Glass. Let us be there to give your car some care at a price that's always fair. Our certified technicians have more than 25 years of experience. We repair or replace all types of auto glass, including windshields, window regulators, sunroofs, mirrors, and more. We offer same-day, fast and reliable service and can even come to you. Don't let a damaged windshield keep you off the road. Visit us online at bridgeportautoglassct.com. Call today.
Not all bail bond agencies are created equal. In fact, this business has been known to attract some rather shady characters. Some don't even have an office and work out of the trunk of their car. Aces Bail Bonds is a state-licensed agency with an actual brick-and-mortar office. We are widely recognized as one of Connecticut's premier bail agencies. For fast, reliable bail bond service, call Aces Bail Bonds now.
All right, and welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment Studio with your boy Jason Rodriguez here in the studio for an exclusive interview with my brother, Mr. Nasif Mohammed. Nasif, we're about to close the interview, but before we go, I have to do, and I do this with each and every person that comes to the show. I have to hit you off with what I call the shotgun questions.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. And we have fun with these questions. I like asking people these questions. Simple questions, but sometimes they can be hard for an individual to answer. Okay. All right.
All right. Let's go.
So let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. You know what? Before we get into those questions, let's just take a look at the comments that people are leaving on Facebook.
Okay.
We got a couple of people on here, and let's see. We got Stephanie Milford. Not sure if you know who she is, but she's saying, hi,
Yeah, I
Nasif
do.
Muhammad.
Yeah.
Do you know her?
Hi, Stephanie. Yes, I know Stephanie.
We also have another
We used to
gentleman.
work together, matter of fact.
Oh, really?
At the Council of Churches. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. We also have another gentleman out here named Alfie, SK General. I know him from being, he's been through the system. He's a good brother, man, out in the community, and he's just saying, God bless you.
Oh, thank you. And God bless him also.
Yeah, and we have a couple of other people on here leaving comments. I can't read each and every comment at the moment right now, but we also got Faheed Saeed on the check-in.
Yeah,
Captain
yeah.
Saeed.
Yeah.
And he's just saying thank you because we gave him a shout out earlier. And we also have Judy. Judy
Yeah,
Leon?
Judy.
That's
Yeah,
Judy? Our
yeah.
Judy?
Our Judy.
All right. Well, Judy's on here also, and she's saying hi, Jason and Nasif, and we just want to say hi to you, Judy.
Hi, Judy.
And we
Yeah.
just truly appreciate each and every one of you that have tuned in for this interview with my brother, Mr. Nasif Muhammad. And there's a couple of other comments on here that people left behind, but we truly appreciate each and every one of you that are watching, man. And let's get to the shotgun questions, brother.
All right, let's go.
All right. So, first question is, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song. Oh man, that's that's a hard one. My favorite song.
Told you these could be hard.
Yeah, it can be hard. Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Yeah.
That sounds like an old fogey
yeah,
old time
it's
song.
old song. Yeah, yeah.
Sing it for me.
Yeah, well, I can't, but I will say this. So when I grew up as a kid, right? My grandmother owned what was called a jukebox joint. It was like a
Okay.
little club, right?
Oh.
And yeah, and at the time they had a jukebox, and they would come in and put a nickel in the jukebox and play a song.
Uh-huh.
And so I grew up listening to music. So I like music, you know, and I like all types of music. I even like country and western.
Uh-huh.
I grew up also listening to country and western.
Country?
Yeah, country
Put
and
it there.
western music.
Put it there,
Yeah.
brother. 'Cause I like country music
Yeah.
also, man.
Yeah. So yeah, but since I didn't have time to think about it, since it's a shotgun question,
Shotgun question. You know
I'll take that one.
All right, all right. Next question. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, you don't want to know that.
Yeah, come on. Give it to us.
My favorite movie, to be honest, my favorite movie was The Godfather. That was my favorite
Godfather?
movie. Yeah, that was my favorite movie. And The Godfather, Malcolm X, the Spike Lee movie, Muhammad Ali, with Will Smith, Shaka Zulu was one of my favorite movies. So these are some of the favorite
Well,
movies.
first of all, I want to thank you for mentioning the Honorable Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, we have boxing gloves all over
Yeah,
the place.
yeah,
And we
yeah.
definitely promote the sport of boxing in here.
Yeah.
So, hats off to the man,
Yeah.
Ali.
Okay.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a
Sing
bee. All right. What's your favorite food, Nasif?
My favorite food, I got a couple of things, but my favorite food really is I like pasta. I love pasta.
Okay.
I love stuff with cheese in it and spaghetti sauce and pasta. So that's my favorite food. But another one of my favorite foods is just basically simple beans and rice.
Okay.
I love beans and rice. Yeah. Or rice and beans, whichever
Rice
way you
and
want
beans?
to do it.
How about some Spanish rice and beans and some pollo, chicken?
Well, yeah, okay, all right, okay. Pollo is good, yeah.
Absolutely. So, next question. What's your favorite sport?
Probably basketball, except when Serena and Venus are playing. I like tennis also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when they're playing the Twins, everything else stops?
Yeah, well, yeah, so kind of, yeah.
Kind of?
Yeah, I say kind of, yeah.
All right. And what's your favorite car?
Hyundai,
A Hyundai.
yeah. All I buy is Hyundais.
Oh, really?
For the since a long time ago, since probably 2000, I bought Hyundais.
Okay. Okay.
I hope they give me something for putting in this little,
Yeah, this little,
this
yeah.
little commercial for them.
What's the favorite thing besides the Quran? What's the favorite thing you like to read?
Wow, that's kind of hard because I don't read too much other than
Other
than
than
the
the Quran?
Basically,
All right,
I
so
don't
we-
have a lot of time to do a lot of read, but I read I read magazines.
Uh-huh.
I read magazines. I read newspapers also.
Uh-huh.
You know, yeah. But the Quran is the base.
It's the foundation, the base.
It's the foundation.
All right, so we'll it's okay with the Quran.
Okay, all right,
We're good
okay.
with the Quran. And what's the favorite thing you like to do besides working? Which you work. I mean, you're a Duracell battery. You're always on the go, always on the hustle. You work at the masjid, you work in the Department of Corrections, at the facility.
Yeah.
You worked at the co-op center. I mean, you're always working, besides also in the community.
Yeah.
Because I know you visit colleges, different churches, other masjids, and you're always somewhere doing a presentation,
Okay.
a speech.
Okay.
Besides all of that, what is it that you like to do?
I really like to do. I like to go down to Seaside Park and sit and just watch the Seaside. I love Seaside Park.
Wow.
So and I've been going to Seaside Park since 1975 when I came to Bridgeport. I fell in love with Seaside Park, and every chance I get, I'm in Seaside Park.
And you know, I appreciate you saying that, man, because Seaside Park is a bad rap. A lot of people, when you say, you know, I'm at Seaside Park or at the Seaside Park Beach, ooh, why you over there? It's dirty over there. You're gonna get stuck with a syringe.
Yeah.
Seaside Park is actually nice.
It's a nice.
It's beautiful, actually. And it's a
Yeah.
good place to just go and lean back, lay back, and just
relax.
get your thoughts together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do some thinking.
Yeah.
Meditate.
Yeah.
Pray.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
read and even sleep sometimes.
no doubt about it. I've slept at the park a few times during my days. I'm not gonna lie. But really quick, let's refer back to the individuals that are watching our Facebook, Nasif.
Okay.
We have, let's see here. We had a couple of people leaving comments. Judy says, "Oh God, not something from a while, boo boo." And we got another person. Oh, it's actually my cousin of mine's. She said, "Good one, love that song."
Oh, okay.
So whatever song it is you said earlier, which I don't even
You don't
remember.
even know what it is.
Yeah, you know, I guess she knows what it is and she likes it. But again, Nasif, truly appreciate the opportunity to be able to interview you. Thank you for coming up to the Super Elite Entertainment Studio.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
And I'm sure that each and every person that was watching live via Facebook, I'm sure that they have taken something out of everything you have said.
Okay.
And I'm sure that it will benefit them. I'm sure that they'll take it and make it a part of them because, you know.
And share with somebody else.
And share with someone.
Yeah, share with
contribution.
somebody else.
Contribution. But again, I want to thank you for coming into the studio. I truly appreciate the time and the opportunity, brother.
Yeah.
And also, before we go, I just want to mention one more time, this Saturday, March 9th at the Holiday Inn in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, Al-Aziz Islamic Center is putting on an amazing event at the Holiday Inn where female women are being awarded for their contribution into the community. Again, I want to encourage you to get your tickets. Nasif, mention that phone number one more time before we go.
203-727-6781.
All right, call that number. All right, call that number to get your tickets because I'm sure there's not too many tickets left. But call that number tonight. I don't think tonight, but call that number tomorrow.
No.
Tonight's
call
good
tonight.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, call
tonight, all night.
call tonight, all night, Nasif said. So call tonight, get your tickets while they still last, and we hope to see you there Saturday night at the Holiday Inn. Again, it'll be broadcasted also live here on the Super Elite Entertainment Facebook page. So if you can't make it in person, tune in Saturday night at 5 o'clock here on our page, and you'll be able to be with us no matter what. Again, Nasif, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
All right, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching. Stay tuned next week, and God bless. 7 o'clock next week here at the same time, same channel for another episode. God bless and have a good night.